Ladies, gentlemen, and Pan-Africanists, welcome to the rugged terrain of northern Burkina Faso, where a decisive battle is being fought. A battle for survival, a battle for freedom, and one that exposes the hidden forces fueling the region's chaos. Under the command of Africa's daring king of the jungle, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, government forces have struck a devastating blow against terrorism, neutralizing over 1,000 militants and capturing 106 mercenaries in a single operation near Djibo. But the real story lies not just in the numbers, but in the identities of those caught in the dragnet. Among the arrested, 6 French nationals, 4 Algerians, and 9 operatives linked to ECOWAS. And perhaps most telling, over 800 million CFA in cash, a clear sign that these fighters were not mere insurgents, but well-funded proxies of an external agenda. This is no longer speculation. For years, Captain Ibrahim Traoré and the Burkinabè intelligence services have warned of foreign hands behind the violence, of shadowy sponsors arming, training, and bankrolling the very terrorists tearing this nation apart. Now the evidence is laid bare. Just days before this operation, Al-Qaeda affiliates boasted of killing 200 Burkinabè soldiers in Djibo. The government never confirmed the toll, but their response was swift, brutal, and precise. A message not just to terrorists, but to those pulling their strings. Burkina Faso will no longer be a playground for foreign-backed destabilization. France, Algeria, ECOWAS. These names surface again and again. The same nations that once dominated the region, the same powers accused of undermining African sovereignty. Coincidence? Or confirmation of a long-running conspiracy? For the people of Burkina Faso, this fight is existential. Every terrorist killed, every mercenary captured, is a step toward survival. This is why this operation was unique, unlike any other conducted before. Let's briefly talk about how the assault was planned. After a series of attacks in the northern parts of the country in recent weeks, Al-Qaeda affiliates boasted of killing 200 Burkinabè soldiers. The government of Burkina Faso, led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, is not one for talking, disputing figures, or confirming tolls. It is one of action. Captain Ibrahim Traoré swiftly summoned the commanders, and a decisive response was agreed upon. The necessary military hardware and equipment were made available. The command: hunt down and neutralize the terrorists, leave no stone unturned. Unlike past leaders of Burkina Faso, whose militaries lacked sufficient equipment to fight back, the Burkinabè army under Captain Ibrahim Traoré is armed to the teeth. With the necessary logistics, the forces moved to the heart of chaos, where for weeks, Western-sponsored militias, purporting to be affiliated with the Al-Qaeda terror group, had been boasting, claiming to have killed 200 Burkinabè soldiers. Bad for them, their celebration was short-lived. The specialized forces of Burkina Faso arrived, with state-of-the-art Bayraktar and Akinci drones providing real-time intel and taking out high-value targets. The ground forces advanced step by step, capturing village after village, turning over every stone, ensuring no remnant of Western-funded violence went unnoticed. Dozens were neutralized, scores of Western weapons recovered, and cowards who came to terrorize the people of Burkina Faso for money were captured. The gallant sons and daughters of Burkina Faso pressed on, through the challenging desert terrain, weary and exhausted. They drank from the streams of their ancestors with one mission in mind: free the people of Djibo, establish a strong presence, and keep an eye on the French-backed terrorists. In this operation, one exceptional weapon outshined the others. This weapon is sacred to Burkina Faso, locally manufactured and deployed. Not even French surface-to-air missiles and air defense systems could match it. The name of this weapon? The patriotic Burkinabè population. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has inspired the people of Burkina Faso and youth across Africa to fight for their survival. This is exactly what the people of Djibo did. They joined the fighting forces, helping identify terrorist hideouts, burning down every hut and shelter known to harbor militants. Courageous, like their leader Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the population confronted escaping militants and their allies with bare hands, while the military wreaked havoc on the front lines. One driving force united them: we will take our freedom into our own hands. We will own our resources. we will be independent. This has been the dream of Burkina Faso since the 1950s, when the charismatic Thomas Sankara rose. He may be gone, but his spirit lives on in Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The West may think they can eliminate Traoré, but they will never eliminate the spirit, resolve, and burning desire for true independence that he has ignited. Day after day, step after step, over 1,000 Western-sponsored terrorists were neutralized, and 106 lunatics, if not terrorists, were captured. Hopefully those captured are already taking lessons in the local Burkinabè language, learning the principles of freedom, and realizing that the law of Moses, an eye for an eye, still exists. Yet despite these efforts, no Western or Asian media outlet is reporting this achievement. The war isn't over. Africans across the diaspora must boycott Western media outlets like Al Jazeera, CNN, and the BBC because they are part of the terrorist propaganda machine. They report only negative stories about Captain Ibrahim Traoré and Africa's fight for independence. Yet when Burkina Faso strikes at the heart of terror, they stay silent. Why? Because they are paid to spread false narratives, demoralizing the people and the fighting forces. They want to break our spirit, but they will fail. Before we close, let's talk about the captured mercenaries for a second. 16 French nationals, 4 Algerians, 9 operatives linked to ECOWAS. Wait a minute. When Burkina Faso expelled French forces, who had for decades stolen our resources, they packed their bags, returned to Paris, picked up new attire, and returned as terrorists. They regrouped in neighboring Ivory Coast, Benin, and Algeria, re-strategized, and invaded Burkina Faso under a new guise. We know this. Our visionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has spoken about this time and again. Unfortunately, global organizations like the UN Security Council, African Union, and ECOWAS are puppets of Western imperialism. They exist to serve the interests of those who still believe Africa is a vineyard for European wealth extraction. It's no surprise that Algeria is part of this scheme, betraying a fellow African nation to serve foreign masters. Months ago, we reported how Algeria maliciously shot down an Akinci drone belonging to the Alliance of Sahel states while it was flying within sovereign territory. ECOWAS, originally founded to advance West Africa's security and economic interests, has become a brothel for Western domination, where puppet leaders sit and wait for their pimps to dictate terms. Dance to my tune and stay in power till you die. But this era is over. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has awakened a new spirit of liberation. African youth will no longer be steered by rusty wheels. We will take the wheel ourselves. The question now is not just whether Burkina Faso can win on the battlefield, but whether the world will finally acknowledge the invisible war being waged behind the scenes, and who, in the end, will be held accountable. The fight continues. The truth unfolds. Stay vigilant. Thank you for watching. Share this video, comment, and let the world know the truth. If you are new, consider subscribing. Till we meet again, long live Africa. Long live Burkina Faso. Long live Captain Ibrahim Traoré.